welcome back to Beauty Bee. Now over the spring I had a really good time with the Drop 10 by Summer Project Pan, so I decided I was going to bring back essentially the same Project Pan. So I've picked out 5 makeup products and 5 non-makeup products to work on over the next couple of months. With most of them, my goal will be to finish them. However, there are a couple things that I have more usage goals on. The project will begin on roughly June 20th. I think I'm filming this on the 18th, but I don't know when exactly it's going up. And it will run until September 22nd, which is the fall equinox. I will be posting updates on or around the 20th of the month to let you know how my progress is coming. If anyone else would like to join in, you're of course welcome. I'm very much aware this is not a groundbreaking project. I just think this is a nice way for me to keep some products moving. So let's get into the non-makeup products first. In particular, I want to talk about this product because I want to put it back in my bathroom because it's kind of a little bit gross. Let's get this one out of the way. This is from Tree Hut. It is their Tropic Glow Firming Sugar Scrub. Now, I have used this a handful of times, but I'm sitting, just below the screw top lid, so I have more or less a full thing of this. I doubt that I will actually show you progress in this product because, it's a body scrub. It doesn't look nice, but hopefully in the second update or the finale, I will have an empty to show you. So yes, my goal is to finish this, and now it can go back in my shower. I can still feel a little bit of that on my hands. The sugar scrubs are so nice for exfoliating, but they're so gross if you ever have to take them out of the shower after they've gotten even a hair wet. Anyway, that is a problem I brought upon myself. The next product is probably looking pretty familiar if you've been watching my Deck of Panning Project Pan. This is the Peace, Love, and Daisies Body Lotion from Bath & Body Works. This is bearing some marks from that Deck of Panning project, but currently I am sitting maybe just a little bit below the halfway mark. I have probably between 1/3 and a half of the original product left, and my goal is going to be to finish this. This is a pretty old body lotion. I actually don't know how old it is. And it's a fine scent. My scent, it's nothing groundbreaking. To me, this kind of smells like a summer day and maybe your neighbor has mowed their lawn. It kind of smells like cut grass. According to Bath & Body Works, this smells like white bergamot, daisy petals, and lavender tea. Anyway, this is a few years old at this point, and I just don't want to have it around for another summer. It'd be nice to move that one on out. The next product is another one that I would basically use as a body moisturizer. This is from Flower Beauty, and it is their Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. Now, I think they want you to use this as a primer, basically, but I cannot get into this as a primer. I've used it a couple times in the past month or so on my legs and really liked that. I found that it still gave a little bit of shine. There is a little bit of glitter in this, though I don't find that it is super apparent on the skin. I don't think this is something you would want to use and then take photos, but on my legs, this is quite nice. It sinks in a little bit better than it does on my face, and I've just owned this for a little bit over a year, I would guess at this point, and I know that these kinds of things do have a shelf life. Supposedly this has a 6-month shelf life, but I can extend it to 15 months. I just don't want to extend it to 4 years, which is kind of the rate I'm going at right now. So yes, I don't know if I actually said it out loud, but my goal is going to be to finish this. 2 more non-makeup products. First up, we have this tiny little Wet n Wild nail polish. This is one of their Mega Last nail polishes. It is a 5 ml size, so it's about 1/3 the size like a standard nail polish. Standard nail polishes tend to range from anywhere from about 10 mils to about 18 mils. And I have made quite a bit of progress on this nail polish. I've gotten quite a bit of use on it. I am down to this green line. Now I suspect that I will not be able to like completely clean out this bottle. I suspect that I will get to around here and then encounter some like gloop or just have a hard time painting my nails. And I'm fine with that. I just want to get my use out of this product and be able to move it out of my collection. I don't care if I get every last drop of nail polish. I've had this for quite a while. I think I would have gotten this right around Christmas 2016. So 5.5 years. I think that it's time to use this up and move it out. And that will be the last of my little Wet n Wild nail polishes, which I'm really excited about. Last non-makeup product that I will be working on in this project is Gingham from Bath & Body Works. I have one of their travel size spritzes. This is a 2.5 fluid ounce size, and I am down to this blue line. So I've used up, I don't know, 20%, 25% of this product. It is a nice scent. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's very fresh, very clean. I will put up the notes if that's of interest to anyone. But yeah, I don't see myself wanting to have this again or wanting to come back to this scent year after year. But it's something I would like to use up, so I figure I have a lot of fragrance. Let's move one thing out. This seemed like a good candidate. So everything in the non-makeup category, my goal is to finish. And in the beauty category, I have some usage goals. So let's start with this e.l.f. palette. This is the powder blush palette in light. There are 4 blushes in here. You can't pop out the individual pans, however, they're not magnetic or anything, and I don't have another one of these blush or bronzer or contour palettes that e.l.f. sells to switch them around, so that's kind of wasted on me. But here's what this looks like. This is just really being neglected in my collection. It's not something that I ever think to use, and I kind of suspect that I have blushes that are quite similar to most of these. So my goal with this is to use this 15 times, and within those 15 uses to use each of these individual shades at least 3 times. And I want to really note as I'm using this if I really enjoy it, if there's any shades that I love, and just overall if this is worth keeping in my collection. I mean, this is 4 blushes, and I don't know that any of them are anything particularly special to me. Over the next 3 months, I want to give this a good try and determine if it needs to stay in my collection or not. I kind of think it's nothing special, but I really haven't used it enough recently to know. The next product I'll be working on with the usage goal is from the Balm. This is the Bombina Palette. Here is what this looks like. This is a collection of shades that exist elsewhere in their range. And for the purposes of this project, I want to work on 2 of these shades. So I want to work on Bronzilla and Let's Volt, which are this yellowy gold highlighter and this bronzer shade. It's a bad swatch of Bronzilla, but it gives you an idea. It's not a super intense bronzer, which I very much appreciate. Let's Volt is actually pretty intense. Anyway, my goal with these products is to use them 15 times each. I have had this palette for, I would guess, around 2 months, and I have used it a little bit, but I just haven't really gotten my use on it. There were so many new things coming into my collection right around the time that I got this that I feel like this just kind of got neglected. And that's silly. This is such a pretty set of shades. So this summer, I'm going to really focus on these two. And hopefully I will find myself dipping into some of these other shades in the process of hitting my 15 uses. The next makeup product is an eyeshadow. This is from my NYX Ultimate Edit palette in Ash. This is a 6-pan palette, but I'm really only interested in working on this lightest shade, which I've been calling Ash, though I'm realizing that there's not actually names on any of these shades. I just decided that this one was called Ash in my mind at some point. And here is a swatch of that. This is a really beautiful neutral shade. Has a little bit of sheen to it. This is a perfect one and done shadow look. No, I'm not actually wearing this today. I thought about wearing this today and then decided on something else. But I don't know how obvious it is from this angle, but I have quite the dip going on in this shade. And my goal in this project is going to be to hit pan. Now, I might actually be really, really close. So if I've like hit pan by the next update or something, I might set an additional goal for this shade. But as it stands, I would really like to hit pan in this. After I do that, I want to repress this into just like a single magnetic pan and stick that in with my singles, and then I'll declutter the rest of these shades. This is really the only special shade in the palette to me. Everything else is just a little bit lackluster. But wow, does that Ash shade make up for the rest of the palette. I would have paid the like $6 or whatever it is I spent on this palette just for that shade. So I can't be too mad that these other shades didn't work out that well for me. To round things out, I have two kind of 3 lip products. The first is from McGrath. This is a mini lip gloss, and this is in the shade Flesh 6. It is a deeper nude. I think maybe you can tell. There's a little bit of windowing occurring here, but this is a pretty thick gloss. It's not really the kind of thing that settles down, so I don't really know how easy it'll be to track progress on this. It's one of those glosses that I feel might look almost full until like one day it looks like it has 3 uses left. But here's a swatch of that. It looks pretty intense in a swatch, but I find that on my lips this really does just look like a deeper nude. It does not look nearly as scary as it does in a swatch. But it is really, really pretty. It's something that I think I will really enjoy using. It's just, I have so many lip glosses, and this seems like low-hanging fruit to finish, so this is going to be my victim. And then the last product that I'm going to be working on is a duo from Colourpop. These are the Just a Tints, and it might seem like quite a lofty goal to finish off 2 lip products for just one item. However, these are minis to an insane degree. I mean, here is the shade Chubby Bunny, and I think you can tell it still has more or less the original tip on it. I mean, I've used this maybe 3 times or so, but not a whole lot. And that's it rolled all the way up. There is not a huge amount of product in these, and I just think it's something that I would like to use up this summer, because these are not shades that I'm going to want to wear in fall or winter, and I don't really want these relatively bulky little lipsticks to take up room in my collection for the next year. So there was Chubby Bunny. And this one I've used a little bit more. This is Butterfly Kisses. So I've kind of rounded out the tip on this one. And there is the amount of product that I have left in this, so, you know, wild. This one has a little bit more purple to it, whereas Butterfly Kisses is a little bit more pink. They are both pretty bold colors. It's not that these Just a Tints are a super intense formula. These are just, these are very blue-based pinks. And I can get into that sometimes, but it's definitely not a year-round love for me. So my goal with these is going to be to finish them, and I think that rounds out the list of products that I'll be working on. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you would be interested in following along with this project, I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already. Love to have you. Thanks again, and I hope I'll see you all next time. Bye!